Hello, citizen developers. In this lesson, we will learn how to use milestones to reflect the status of your workflow. Now, if you see on top, you have processes link over here and tasks link over here. Right now, I'm in my active tasks screen. If I go in here, for example, right? So each of these steps, right, or tasks has this status drop down. So here the status is assigned, not assigned, processing completed, in processing, all of these different milestones are there for this task. And some of these are, I think in this case, all of these are standard ones, right? And you could, however, customize it. You are given a palette of standard milestones that you would use. If not, you could always customize it to whatever you want. And if you go to the next step here, same thing, the status, the drop down is there here. This also looks to be pretty standard, right? So there could be some tasks, let's choose some task which has a different set of, let's take this guy, for example, right? So now it's a different process altogether. It's set up again, just 3 steps. You don't have to have just 3 steps. You could have 2 steps, you could have 4 steps, 5 steps, 6 steps. Just be careful not to kind of, create a process with like 15 steps, for example, or maybe anything more than 10. I would say keep it to around six or seven, so it does not overflow the size here, the width here of your screen, for example. And also keep it simple and easy. Don't overcomplicate things. If there's a process which is way too long, divide it into 2 or 3 policies, okay? And let's go look at the status here. This status here is also looking to be pretty standard. Let's see over here if this is the same. Yeah, so I think I have not found a better example. That's all right. I'll just show you how to change this anyway, right? Let's close this guy. So how do you change milestones for a task? You could do it for a process as well, right? So far you have seen the task screen. I think you never went into the processes screen. If I go here and say, for example, found all open processes, right? What you see here is similar table to what you saw in tasks, but here there are different links here, for example. So one of the link would take you to the overall status for the whole process itself, not for the task, right? It's the process. If you see all of these different steps, right, is showing you who is doing what, right, and what is the progress for that. The progress comes from the hours that the task performer is adding to their work estimate and remaining hours, etc. Right? You could link to a different process as well, right? So now, again, the status is here for the uh, process itself, not task. Now we are talking about the process level, right? So now here, if you see, for example, this is a different set of status types, different from what you've seen before. Started, not started, in preliminary discussions, business requirements, project planning, not assigned, assigned, high-level design. So these are pretty much, reflecting different steps in this process, which is one way of doing this, right? Uh, so again, let's go back and start uh, changing the status types. Let's choose a process. If I say, for example, we chose this process, right? Never mind. I have to go here. This one, roles and custom status. Click on this. So let's choose this one. Now, if you click on this button, it is going to show you all the status types at the process level, right? So you can also add anything here, like a new status, right? New status, whatever you want to call it, for example, right? Project, let's say completed. You can do that. You can add that and add, and only one of them will be marked, terminal status. Not all, only one could have this, right? I'm not adding it, I'm just showing it to you. You do this, then you add it, then you save and close, right? So once you add, it's gonna appear here on top, right? Then you can save and close. I don't want to save and close, I want to just close it. I don't want to change it. So now these are the process level. Now let's choose, let's take something familiar, right? Let's take something that you've been using so far. So we saw this in, I think, lesson one. So here, look at this. It's all standard setup, you know, milestones. I could start kind of changing it. Say once I click on delete, it switched to custom. So now, so whatever you do here, now you added many of these. I just want something very simple, for example, right? Let's say I don't want any of this. I say something like this, doing is one, right? Like in process, for example, add this. Say doing is added, and then say done, done. Now this is a completion, so you mark it as terminal status and add, and you have to save and close. Remember that, right? I'm not saving and closing. I'm just gonna cancel this out, but you just have three milestones over here for that. Let's just close this up. So if I go back again here, it's gonna still show the same thing. We didn't save it, right? So now at the process level, now at the task level, let's say schedule training, right? So again, this also is the standard palette. Same exact thing, no difference here. You do the same exact thing. You know, you delete or add or do whatever you want and save and close that. So you would have a different set of, milestones for the tasks, right? And you can also add users over here. Let's say, for example, this user is the task performer for this step. In this process, in this step, this is the person who does this work, for example, right? So you could always add a user, give the name of the person. I don't know, just give some name, right? Something like that, and save it. So this user will get added, right, over here, right, to this task. And you could, assign those people different kind of, roles, right? Reviewer, approver roles, stuff like that. Right? You could do that and click on update roles. And let's see what else. So the milestones are very important actually to reflect where your work is, for example, right? Both at the process level and at the task level. So that would give you a very good perspective, like I showed before here in the policies. If you go open policies, right, which is over here, not here, this one work in progress, right? In flight policies, go here. So now it shows you the status also. See, for example, here it says status is in production, whatever. You could always open that and see what the status is. Again, I think I came back to different one. In any case, you can go here, then update the status, update it, right? So now it's gonna show the status over here. It's gonna come back here. It's gonna refresh it. If not, we'll refresh it ourselves. Right? Yeah, there it is, right? So, and there's other links also here where you have planned and actual dates for your work. So you could actually, add the target start end dates, for example. Actual start and end dates would be updated by the system itself. And here's the status again. You could change status here as well. You could change the others also, right? You saw one screen where you could change it. One more place to change is over here. And then you can also assign it to a certain team, right? It's gonna go to that team, for example, right? So that's about it about milestones. So use milestones wisely, and it's very kind of, it makes this system very, let's say, it reflects the right status actually for the work, right? So, and also, let's see what else is remaining here. So I guess we could end it over there. So let's just keep it short and simple. It's about the status, right, for the process and for the task. So go ahead and try it out. You know how to try this out. You just go here, register, it's free. Just click on this and get started using it, for example. If you want to also import any of the templates here, you could always do that. These are, very simple templates, not by any means full-fledged, where you could actually kind of, start using it. To some extent, yes, but then you could refine it. For example, it has packaged processes that you could use and you could import it, for example, right? So You can do that as well. All right, folks, that's it for today. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you.